at that night, and if you're going to bury somebody that night, then you leave the house, you take the body straight to where you want to bury. Why did they have to go to police station? Police station was extracted from this. He did not even tell us whether I won't tell you one lost the police station.
Nǹkan tá à ń try láti trace ni kí ló lè responsible fún ikú yẹn. But nǹkan tó sọ ń sìn kò tí ì suggest pé bóyá anybody ṣe nǹkan kan fún yàtọ̀ sí injury láti show. And then treatment tó gbà bóyá to react. But àwọn other things tá tún ń gbọ́ táwọn èèyàn try láti blame other people fún bí bóyá wọn láwọn kan wọn threaten ẹ tẹ́lẹ̀ àbí wọn láwọn wọn ní jà ló jẹ àbúrò.
Now that is over with Adura. Let's go to Idowu. Let's listen to Idowu. Adura said that the first hospital they brought. Adura said that they got to that first hospital. Mohbad was alive and he was breathing when they got to the first hospital. Let us hear what the commissioner has to say. Commissioner Idowu, was Adura breathing when they got to Kuramed Hospital? Let's hear from you.
Engineer Chinaka Jesse is the deceased neighbor whose vehicle was used to rush into the hospital when he became unconscious. Dr. Olusola Joshua is the medical director of Kuramed Hospital in Lekki, Lagos, where the deceased was taken to and declared as confirmed as brought in dead.
Did you hear that?
On 12th September 2023.
Confirmed BID.
Dr. Deke
from the first hospital. Confirmed BID from the first hospital. Adura needs to do DNA test with Adura. I'm not sure it's that man that gave birth to that Adura. I'm doubting.
He's a medical director who was on duty, and he was one that certified the deceased dead on the day he was brought in at about 15-20 hours. Miss Fadilube Semikobe, Miss Abbas Aminat Abiola, and Mr. Oluwajobi Emmanuel. They are all staff of Kuramed Hospital who also witnessed when he was brought in dead. Dr. Wahàla is the director and CMD of Perez Medical Care in Lekki. When they took him to the first hospital in Kuramed and he was certified dead, his family members and friends that took him there were not convinced. So they took the body from there again to Perez Hospital, where he was recertified as dead.
Recertified?
Then Dr. Temitope Maxine Olumuyiwa, he is the medical director of Cornerstone Hospital, Akute, Ogun State. Where the principal suspect Ogedengbe claimed to have been trained as an auxiliary nurse. The written testimonies of the witnesses are likely of high evidential value, and they have aided in establishing the sequence of events leading to the death of Mohbad, the identification of the suspects, and the roles each played. They have also aided in gaining a clearer insight into the allegations of assault and bullying leveled against Sam Larry and Naira Marley. Suspects. 5 suspects have so far been identified, arrested, and detained and interrogated on their alleged roles in the sequence of events that led to the death of the singer. The summary is as follows. 11 September 2023 to treat the singer at the deceased residence in Lekki. She eventually came on Tuesday 12 September 2023 and administered 3 different injections which are believed to have occasioned the chain of reactions that directly resulted in the eventual death of the singer. She is the principal suspect in the death of Mohbad. She acknowledged that it was the injections that she administered on the deceased that triggered the reactions which eventually led to Mohbad's death. Other expert opinions and witnesses' statements corroborated her admittance. Her actions of administering doses of tetanus toxoid, paracetamol, intravenous, and ceftriaxone injection, which was also administered intravenous on Mohbad at his residence, that is Mohbad's residence, on 12 September 2023, immediately triggered the reactions, including vomiting, goosebumps, and convulsion that eventually resulted in the singer's death. This criminal liability is further heightened, granted the evidential fact that as an auxiliary nurse, she is not qualified to administer such medications or function as a qualified nurse. She also did this in a non-clinical environment and in a professionally negligent manner that negated standard medical protocols. 2. Mr. Ayobami Sodiq, aka Spending. Sodiq is a friend to Mohbad who invited the auxiliary nurse to treat the deceased. He's been suspected of conspiracy in the death of the singer. His action in inviting a person known to him as an auxiliary nurse to attend to the disease under a non-clinical setting. Mohbad's death.
My brother.
Yeah. Good afternoon, bro. Good morning. Good morning. Whatever. Good morning. I just want to shed more light on the statement that Adura made as regards when he said Baba said he wanted to bury Mohbad like immediately, and he was giving an exaggerated response to make it sound as though he himself is surprised that Baba made that statement. you look at the tone. He's surprised. This night care. Look at how he sounds surprised. But when they issued them the certificate, the hospital told them to take the boy to the morgue to deposit the body at the morgue. When they advised them to do that, both hospitals, they did not say, why did they take him to the house to embalmment? They did not say embalmment care. Yeah, they did not express that exaggerated surprise when they jointly agreed to take Mohbad to the house to embalm. Against the instruction of the hospital, we did not use the care language there. He's just trying to exaggerate. So anyway, back to what I came up to do. So in the CTC reports, page 45, the last statement was the question that was posed to Baba by Mr. A.A. George. So they asked him, they said, why did you choose to bury, because that's at the CTC, that's around, I think that's October 2023. So they asked Baba, they said, why did you choose to bury him instantly? That was the question that was posed to Baba, and this is Baba's response. Baba's response was on the page 46 of the CTC. His response is that at his age, it is not what you'd live as a Yoruba if he was an adult. And because he was rejected at the mortuary, I was confused. My intention was to keep him in the mortuary, but they rejected him. That was Mohbad's dad's response to that question. So I just came to put that out. That was said at the CTC.
Baba intention?
Yes, he said my intention was to keep him in the mortuary, but they rejected him.
Why did they reject him? Because Cynthia was with the reports given to them from the hospital.
Exactly. You can hear what the police said. The police said he was certified dead. If you're certified dead, Then, you see, the police mentioned two people. The first person, like, declared him BID. And the second person, that's the Becken Deborah or something. The second person certified.
Yeah.
That is, the second person probably issued the certification to confirm that Mohbad was dead. Right. So, it means that anyway, maybe that's why the Kurame did not show up at the inquest, because a lot of things come up.
Or maybe that is why they are hiding the CCC and the recommendation of the just concluded corona inquest.
Yes.
Because as of Wednesday, we were told that this last week Wednesday, that the CCC and the recommendation will be made available to all the parties involved. And we were ready to Ganusi, to Yononoe, to go through the recommendations, to see what was recommended, to see the testimony of the people that were called, and to see how the magistrate arrived at our recommendation. But to the greatest surprise that when we got to the court on Wednesday, we were told that the magistrate was sick. Now, I'm asking a general question. Thank God that you're here. Dr. Ishakitu is here. Is it that copy tí wọ́n kà yẹn níjọ́ yẹn wọn ò tí ì parí ẹ̀ ní àbí kí ló dé? Is it that they've not finished they did not sign the copy that was read by the magistrate, or the magistrate, because he's sick, the photocopy machine to make more copies, the photocopy machine too is sick? Àbí kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
Beats me. Maybe Dr. Ishak might want to put his experience and knowledge on that, but it beats my motivation because it's ready. I don't know why they're still withholding it.
Honorable Young Daddy.
Good morning, sir.
Honorable Young Daddy, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Normally, when a judgment is read, it could be a summary of the judgment and details of that judgment will now be made available later. But let me put a background to this. First, the judge announced the winding up of proceedings, giving an impression that the judgment will be prepared, read, and be submitted. It's not as if at the last proceeding, the judgment was not made and time was now needed to prepare. There have been a long vacation, and it was after that long vacation that the judgment was read. So I do not know the reason why the judgment will not be available immediately. It's not normal. It's not a normal situation. But we all know that it is normal, considering the trend, considering what we have experienced on this matter. And from what you are reading out, what you are playing out now, you also see the same pattern. Adura is not the one talking. It's the interviewer that is talking here. If you listen very well, it's the interviewer that is talking. In the interviewer, there's even saying, is Baba a Christian? Telling Adura, wake up, we are supposed to say something here. The interviewer will say, she Christian need that deal. Do you understand that? It's like int, line, taniko woleni. He was asking again. Immediately that day, they want a good sin from the interviewer. Is that a question or a leading or answer? See the exclamation. She Christian ni daddy. Immediately daddy, they ni wọ́n ní ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ sin. Ṣé question ni? Look out how Adura jumped from hospital. Cut off police that Baba went to. Cut off mortuary and concluded at burial. You see, let me take it from where it all started. Listen to that interview. Wunmi ló ní personal number nurse. Ara Mohbad dey wa okay. Mohbad ní personal number nurse. Mohbad could not call. Mohbad was okay. Oh, he said nothing happened. Oh, but it was Wunmi who had the personal number of nurse. Could it be Wunmi's relation, the nurse they are talking about? That's why Wunmi had the number of the nurse she called at that moment. Then to also show you that Mohbad was not Mohbad, apart from not being able to call the nurse directly, they had to transfer Mohbad to another room. Transfer Mohbad to another room. The dèrè tó jókòó yìí gan, ṣé yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ lóun fẹ́ transfer yẹn? Talk less of Mohbad that you are now transferring. And you can see, if you continue, àfẹ́sí òjò tó rọ̀ mọ́jú, nurse tó dé ní two, Mohbad tó wà okay, tó sùn ní yàrá ìyàwó ẹ̀ tó jí, tí ìyàwó ẹ̀ lágbára àti lọ ṣe fried rice, that they are preparing for podcast, they are ready for birthday, but they could not clean their own room. They couldn't clean just 2 rooms upstairs. Pẹ̀lú àfẹ́sí òjò, it requires Adura and DJ Bami to go and clean the room. It means that it was already in the state of confusion as at that time. Personal room o, àfẹ́sí òjò ni o, nílé Lẹ́kì. Let us assume àfẹ́sí òjò wọlé. Mohbad dẹ̀ wà okay. Nǹkan kan ò ṣe Wunmi. Àbúrò wọn ló máa wá clean àfẹ́sí òjò nínú room ẹ̀ tí nǹkan kan ò ṣe nọ́ọ̀sì ò tí ì dé, was okay. That is also to tell you that Mohbad was not Mohbad. There was no longer Mohbad as at that time. Adura also dodged the bullet. Wunmi said Adura was the one who poured water on Mohbad. Did Mohbad say that? Did he admit that? Ó ní òun fi omi bọ́ ojú ẹ̀. Ó fi omi bọ́ ojú ẹ̀. That is what Mohbad said. And that's what Adura said now. Did Adura tell you that he was the one who interrogated the nurse? You know, nurse said he didn't know Adura. Adura said he heard the nurse, he went up. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Who said nurse no fún injection? Is it the nurse that said mo fún injection? Did he meet the nurse? Did he admit meeting the nurse? Kó fún wa ní picture tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Adura wọ́n ti ka gbogbo ohun táwọn kan sọ. They are now looking for this one, just dump it. This one, just say it this way. Don't say that you interrogated the nurse. Don't just say that one ní pé nurse ló fún ní injection. Injection kẹ̀. Nǹkan kan ò dẹ̀ ṣe báyìí o. Kò dẹ̀ wá. That is the reaction they are giving you now. Let Adura tell us how he engaged the nurse. If he met the nurse. The nurse tó béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ kò fi wá rí. And if as at the time that Adura heard the noise and went up, he didn't meet DJ Bami and the nurse, they've left. It means this collapse that they are talking about is after the nurse has left. It means it's between Wunmi alone. Wunmi nìkan ló wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ìgbà tó kúrò lórí bẹ́ẹ̀dì tó wà ní ilẹ̀. No other person. Adura should come and throw light on that. Adura went to look for car. Ó wà ní lẹ́ńtà mi ẹ́ o. Ó ní pé òun ò rí fóònù, òun ti ẹ̀gbìn tí fóònù. Kò gbà tí ò léyàn. Ìgbà tó jábọ́ látọ̀run. Something like that happened to his brother. Tí ò ṣe fún rí. Ẹ̀gbẹ́ ẹ̀ ti di pé kò lè sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́, kò ríran mọ́. Adura àkọ́kọ́ wá fóònù. Fóònù gangan tó bá tẹ̀ fẹ́ búùkù bá ṣe bí fóònù ló máa lò. Because we have been saying it online that why is it that Adura did not call his father? Adura ní pé òun ti ẹ̀ mú fóònù dání, òun ti ẹ̀ rí fóònù. Òun dẹ̀ lọ, went to look for a car. Adura said Mohbad she me.
Yeah.
Ìgbà tí interview àmà bá parí ẹ̀ ni wọ́n sapa one time ni wọ́n sapa. Nígbà tó olórí burúkú bọ́ yìí. Bó ṣe da Yorùbá nation rú nìyẹn tó ń da Labour Party rú tó ń plant ẹ̀ káàkiri o.
Ẹ mọ bọ̀bọ̀ náà.
Ṣẹ́gun máa wo náà. Ṣé mo pé Nàìjíríà àwọn èèyàn mọ àwọn tó ń pè l'activist Nàìjíríà. Àwọn káwọn kan fi ń jẹun ni. Wọ́n lọ Labour Party lénìí tó lọ kí ní ọlọ́lá àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún àwọn Sahara Desert ni àwọn constituency tí wọ́n nìyẹn tó fi ń jẹun nìyẹn. Ó náà sapá apá wo náà ń sà lórí ẹni tó ti kú. You know that Kurame does not come up. Kurame has not surfaced. And that is why they have to look for a way to package all these things to still give an impression as if kò ń ṣe inú ilé ló kú sí. Ṣé ìtẹ́fẹ́ sọ fún wa nìyẹn sí? And look at what the police said.
Yeah.
The family not convinced. The family not convinced. Ta ni expert inú àwọn family member tí ò wà convinced. Ẹgbẹ́ yẹn lọ sí ìfowó ló ti kú. Èyí tẹ́ believe in doctor tẹ́lẹ̀ tó yẹ pé nurse lẹ dúró dè láti kú tọ́nu. Ẹ wá gbé hospital wọn ló ti kú. You are not satisfied. And I like the word used there was certified. Wàá nípa dúró àti gbàgbé láì bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn kọ́ọ̀tù ẹ̀mọ́ lẹ́nu ni. Ó ti gbàgbé Adura ti kọ́kọ́ confam wípé ó ti admit pé ó kú káwọn tó débẹ̀ yẹn bọ́ọ̀ yìí ló dá padà. Òun ló dá padà tó fẹ́ dojú ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn rú. And you see the funniest part of it, Adura was now saying ara wa kan ṣe ló pe ẹ̀gbọ́n wa kan. Because we will have asked Adura, who did you call? Ara wa kan ló pe ẹ̀gbọ́n wa kan. That is Darusha. They waited till Darusha arrived there, and that is when they now issue them the report, the medical report, to take the body to the morgue. But they did not, because everything tán ṣe ń bẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n ti rí pé kò sí mistake that tẹ̀lé to give impression pé brought in dead. Bóyá àwọn the second hospital will make that mistake of not putting BID on it. That was the plan of taking him to the second hospital. Because it has been certified dead here. Ẹ jẹ́ àwò because tó bá yẹ pé wọ́n bí tán ṣe dé sí second hospital wọ́n ti ẹ̀mí ti dèdèrè kan tí ò dá nǹkan kan mọ̀. Ló bá ní and this guy just breathe now. Wọ́n bọ̀ wọ́n náà máa claim ẹ̀ pé it's true orí ẹ̀ ṣe kì í sin bá ṣe wọlé. Ìyẹn máa sọ pé okay as they arrived he was okay and he now died in my presence. Tó bá yẹ pé mistake.
Let's power top.
Hospital. They deliver. Kan sọ pé Mohbad sì mí òkúta ẹgbẹ́ sórí ọ̀kadà tẹ́ ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ fún wa o. And look at what police also reported, the complicity of some personality. And you now say it's an homicide investigation, but when you are telling us the suspect you only listed 5 in the homicide investigation, you brought 3 people who were not inside the house. Sam Larry, Yaramali, Prime Boy. You call it homicide investigation. The 3 people you consider as suspects were not inside that house. The 2 other people that you are talking about, one of them spending was not in the house as at the time from the witnesses. Yeah. Homicide for her. The nurse never lived with them. The nurse was invited. Was a stranger, was a baby in the house. And you still call it homicide investigation. And police said they wanted to give us chains of events. And in the chains of events, police see a picture of broken glass, but they never see any picture or video of Mohbad or anything that happened to Mohbad. They know that I read picture of broken glass. And did not see picture of fight. and did not see picture. That means that they know are they telling us that the driver, after tó ti gba owó tó ti kúrò mẹ́yẹn, will fix the glass, will fix the motor immediately? Is that what they are telling us? So who took the picture of the broken glass and forgot to take a picture of every other thing that happened? That is to tell you that these people are just shopping. Now police claim also that Slantan gave a statement. But evidence is bullying. Did Slantan submit everything then at police station? Slantan was a witness in the petition written by Mohbad. Did police ask Slantan for the evidence of that? Of what Mohbad claimed? She won't treat Slantan on the evidence of bullying. Yomi jumped out some time ago, was shouting about, I can't release the identity of the neighbor, and the neighbor that is this. But in that police report, the first day they came out, they mentioned Chinasa Jesse.
Yeah.
So what is hidden about Chinasa Jesse? That's why I was just laughing that time that we were saying, I cannot relieve the name, it's confidential. Do you know anything can happen to the neighbor? Into the first day, the police can report not to mention Chinasa.
Mohbad's neighbor.
As Mohbad's neighbor. And you see, this, every time they bring stories of what happened, what did not happen, you just discover that these people are just non-entities. Adura will be phone but knows where the source of a place, Saya, Omabitowa, could look for phone, or Omabiti phone, Omabiti sort. Between your phone and the source as a man in the house, it will yakadura, it will yakomama. Interview you when it comes to the issue of salt to tell you that it's the one who wrote the script. I just can't no stage recognition laughing. We now said, "Say your daddy in pain here by me." Look at that. Is that a question? Say your daddy in pain here by me. They now make it look as if so daddy didn't get it right. People who are claiming that they want autopsy should not have even tampered with the body.
100%.
If you want autopsy, if you truly you suspecting something, you have given them the impression that you are more educated than Baba, who wanted to bury. You wanted autopsy. Why should you tamper with the body? Why should you place? You want to be Baba? Tony Daddy, everybody be Baba. Let's join here. We come and sing. You know that they should be taken to what any come and sing. Autopsy. You should know that the body should be placed in the morgue. That means that you are telling us that you are fully aware, you are educated. But the same you will tamper. Now you are not playing it down. Oh, no mean just salt, ordinary salt.
Ordinary salt.
Nothing happened and you are placing salt. And you call him celebrity that you want to give a believing burial. Thank God they confirm Oro Baba that the Losoke directly. Bàbá lẹ́yìn ni mo gbà wọlé òkè ni mo lọ. Ṣé ẹ rí pé alọ́ba ń parọ́? Gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tí bàbá yẹn bá sọ, ẹ máa mọ̀ pé kò kú kẹ̀. Ṣé bóun ló sọ yìí? Ìgbà tó máa sọ tó máa kó bá rẹ̀ ń sìn. Dádì dẹ̀ suggest ló sọ pé ká sín. Sadly suggest. Dádì ò decide. Ẹnu ẹ ló fi sọ, ó tún lè change ẹ lọ́la o. Daddy suggest. Daddy tó suggest ló mọ police station lọ. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ dúró de daddy ẹ mọ police station lọ. Daddy tó suggest ló lọ mọ́ṣúárì o. Daddy tó suggest náà jẹ́ kó gbé wọ mọ́ṣúárì o. Immediately that daddy left mọ́ṣúárì, ẹ san 200,000 ẹ dẹ̀ fi gbé wọ mọ́ṣúárì. See the mumu that is talking now. You see that when he was talking about what happened to Mohbad upstairs, he left out vomiting. Ghost pump, he left out that. Adura will witness if don't for meeting. Ṣebí Wunmi ní ọjọ́ wa ńbẹ̀ pé his brother ṣé kò witness ẹ̀ ni? Ṣé pàtó dọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ kò rí vomit ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ ní lébi tó wà ní? Kò ṣe sọ yẹn fún wa. Wàá mọ̀ ẹ máa mọ̀ pé Adura was the one lying down. òun gangan náà fi replace gbogbo táìmù yẹn gbòòrò náà ń pa fún wa. Because somebody who want to tell a story, even the interviewer will have said, okay, when you went off and you now met him on the floor, what did you observe? What did you see? Who did you ask that question? What did he tell you? When you said Mohbad couldn't talk, who was with him? What question did you ask the person that was with him? What did they now tell you reply? Interviewer, obere, ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá nìkan, and everything that told you, it will now bring a question to kind of redirect Adura to say what he was supposed to say. The script they've written in the past is now being edited in line with the questions that the public are asking. But they are not smart. Ṣé ìyọ̀ ni dádì gbé ní ẹ̀bá mi? Rárá. Àkàrà òkú tán dín yẹn ni dádì gbé ní.
Afẹ́ sí iyọ̀.
Àdúrà ti lórúkọ àfẹ́ sí òjò Lẹ́kí. Adura, àfẹ́ sí òjò Lẹ́kí. From the police to these people, everything you hear from them, if you play that police whatever interim report to the end, compare it with what these people have been telling us, you discover that àṣírí wọn ò bò. Àṣírí wọn ò bò. Lẹ́yìn tó ti ní wọ́n certified and re-certified at the other hospital. Adura sọ wípé ó mí. Ṣé kò yẹ kí Gúrámẹ̀dì tó jáde kán wá prove òun wrong pé òkú lẹ gbé lọ́dọ̀ wa o? Kí ló dé tí Gúrámẹ̀dì tó jáde? Ṣé indirectly they are telling us that ntí Adura sọ ń sìn ní pé Gúrámẹ̀dì ló kú sí? Ó ló ń ṣì mí gbà yẹn. Dìdìrín ní pé àwọn nọ́ọ̀sì wa àwọn dókítà wa sapá wọn apá kọ́ nọ́ọ̀sì ẹsẹ̀ yìí. Ẹ máa wọ àwọn dìdìrín wọn mọ they don't know we have gone far on this matter than somebody to think he can just wake up and come and bamboozle us with nonsense. Say Christian ni daddy ni giving an impression pé why would daddy rush giving an impression you pé daddy ò bá dé kí ló wà ṣé mo pé narration tó kàn tó wá gbà yẹn ni ṣé Christian bàbá yẹn ni tó fi tètè lọ sí ọmọ yẹn. Wèrè ògbé mọ́ṣúárì wọlé ń bí o wèrè gbé ní tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní police station mọ́ o ti cut ẹ̀ off o. Is jumping at bí ìgbà tó jẹ́ pé Lekki from Lekki to Mortuary to burial ground ni. Is it from Lekki? Then Adura that said he lost his phone. Did he follow his father to police station? Did he follow his father to mortuary? Ká gbọ́ pé even I followed daddy to police station. Àjọkọ report mbẹ́ ni. I insisted even at the mortuary. Kódà àwọn èèyàn gbóhùn wa. Kódà I have to make sure pé daddy ǹdẹ́ ń ṣe yí àní green. Kádùrà sọ ibi tó ti sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹni tí ò rántí fóònù tó mọ ibi tán gbé yọ̀ sí. Wèrè tó sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ di kúkú. Superstar náà nìyẹn. Superstar my foot. A máa tó kọrin fídíò máa kọrin fún àfẹ́sí òjò Lẹ́kí òpònú ó ń wò bí àgùntàn. Thank you young daddy máa bẹ́ tó lọ.
Thank you very much. Let's continue with this interview. Let's finish it up then.
He's being held for conspiracy to commit felony. Ibrahim Oluwatosin Owodoni, aka Prime Boy, is a childhood friend of Mohbad. He attended the show at Ikorodu in Mohbad's company on 10 September 2023. At the end of the show, Mohbad and Ibrahim were engaged in a violent fight, during which Mohbad was injured.
Now, the question you ask yourself, this is after investigating spending, after the spending have written down his statement, after, what's his name? After the Prado guy have written down his statement. Hear what these people said about the fight between Mohbad and Prime. Here, listen to police.
Childhood friend of Mohbad. He attended the show at Ikorodu in Mohbad's company on 10 September 2023. At the end of the show, Mohbad and Ibrahim were engaged in a violent fight.
Mohbad and Ibrahim were engaged in a violent fight. You can hear this used to be Commissioner of Police, Lagos State. Now, you ask yourself, which of these testimonies of these witnesses stated clearly that there was a violence exchange between Mohbad and Prime Boy? Look at what our police is doing. What our police is doing.
Ended the show at Ikorodu in Mohbad's company on 10 September 2023. At the end of the show.
Hold on, no, I don't. All these people, they know they invite me now. Hold on, guys, hold on.
Double tap and share the live. Hello, good morning, good afternoon. Hello.
My family see why.
Mohbad and Ibrahim were engaged in a violent fight, during which Mohbad was injured. The management of the injury subsequently resulted in his death. So he's being treated as a suspect. Samson Balogun Elesu, aka Sam Larry, is a suspect who was arrested on allegation of being complicit in the death, as well as in relation to the videos that have gone viral about bullying and assault.
Okay.
Which is of course of being complicit in the death, as well as
being what?
So he's being treated as a suspect. Samson Balogun Elesu, aka Sam Larry, is a suspect who was arrested on allegation of being complicit in the death, as well as
SMH to police. Sam Larry was arrested
in relation
for bullying and being complicit in Mohbad's spine. Was he in the house?
Suspect. Samson Balogun Elesu, aka Sam Larry, is a suspect who was arrested on allegation of being complicit in the death, as well as in relation to the videos that have gone viral about bullying and assault, which is of course, we believe, perhaps has any link with his eventual death. He was arrested, he's still in detention. Abdulaziz Fashola, aka Nairamani, was also arrested and is still currently in detention for similar allegations. Other actions that have been undertaken by the Special Investigation Team include exhumation, autopsy, and toxicology tests, which were undertaken on 21st September 2023. The results of the autopsy and the toxicology tests have been awaited. The investigation letters were also dispatched officially to National Drug and Law Enforcement Agency with a view to getting their official representations on the allegations raised in one of the videos by the deceased about his experience when he was arrested. We also forwarded investigation letters to Nigeria Medical